The rain pounded against the windows of the high-rise office in downtown Manhattan, a relentless drumbeat that matched the thundering in Alex's chest. Mike, his best friend of 15 years and fellow lawyer at the firm, had just leaned in close during their late-night case review, his voice barely above a whisper. "Alex, I can't keep this inside anymore. I love you, more than as a friend." In that instant, the world tilted. Alex's coffee cup slipped from his hand, shattering on the floor, mirroring the sudden crack in the foundation of their unbreakable bond. Alex stared at Mike, the fluorescent lights casting harsh shadows across his familiar face. The same face he'd seen through college finals, bar exams, heartbreak over exes, and countless beers after tough trials. "What the hell, Mike? You're joking, right?" But Mike's eyes, usually sparkling with that sharp wit that had won them so many cases, were dead serious, filled with a vulnerability Alex had never witnessed. The room felt smaller, the air thicker, as years of shared secrets and laughter replayed in Alex's mind like a faulty reel. They had met freshman year at NYU Law, two ambitious kids from opposite coasts. Alex from a conservative family in Texas, Mike from liberal California, bonded over late-night study sessions and a mutual disdain for pretentious professors. Their friendship had been effortless, a constant in Alex's otherwise turbulent life. Mike was the one who'd pulled him through his parents' messy divorce, the guy who'd been best man at Alex's wedding to Sarah 5 years ago. Sarah, oh God, Sarah. She was home right now, probably cooking dinner, expecting him back soon. How could this be happening? Alex stepped back, his chair scraping loudly against the tile. "Mike, we've been through everything together. You're like a brother to me. This changes nothing, right? We can just forget it." But even as he said it, doubt crept in. Mike's confession hung between them like a live wire, electrifying the mundane details of their lives. Mike shook his head, his voice steady but pained. "I wish I could forget it, Alex, but I've been carrying this for years. Watching you with Sarah, pretending it's fine. It's killing me." The silence stretched, broken only by the storm outside. Alex's mind raced. Was this why Mike had avoided double dates lately? Why he'd seemed distant during their last guy's trip to the Hamptons? He thought back to subtle moments, a lingering glance during a firm retreat, Mike's quick aversion when Alex teased him about dating apps. It all clicked into place now. A puzzle he hadn't known was incomplete. But what did it mean for him? Alex had always considered himself straight, married, settled. Yet, in this moment, a flicker of something unfamiliar stirred. Curiosity? Fear? He pushed it down. "We need to talk about this," Alex finally said, his lawyer's instinct kicking in, treating it like a negotiation. "But not here. Let's grab a drink downstairs." Mike nodded, relief mixed with apprehension in his eyes. As they rode the elevator in tense quiet, Alex's phone buzzed. Sarah texting, "Working late again? Miss you." Guilt twisted in his gut. How could he face her now, with this bombshell echoing in his ears? At the dimly lit bar across the street, rain-slicked patrons huddled under umbrellas outside. They ordered whiskeys, the burn steadying Alex's nerves. Mike spoke first, his words tumbling out like a prepared closing argument. "It started in law school, Alex. I buried it because I didn't want to lose you. But after your wedding, seeing you happy with her, it hurt more than I expected. I tried dating guys quietly, but nothing stuck. You're the one I compare everyone to." Alex listened, the whiskey loosening the knot in his chest. He'd never suspected Mike was gay. Mike had dated women publicly, kept his personal life vague. "Why now?" Alex asked. "We've got the biggest case of our careers next week, the Thompson merger. This could screw everything up at the firm." Mike leaned forward. "Because I'm tired of lying. And because last month, when you talked about maybe starting a family with Sarah, I realized if I don't say it now, I'll regret it forever." The conversation veered into dangerous territory. Alex admitted his marriage wasn't perfect. Sarah wanted kids, but he hesitated, citing work stress. Was there more to it? Mike's confession forced him to confront his own dissatisfaction, the way he'd always felt most alive around Mike. But acting on it? That would mean betraying Sarah, risking his family's approval. His parents, devout Baptists, would disown him. Society's whispers about those kinds of relationships in their conservative legal circles loomed large. As the night wore on, Alex's resolve cracked. I care about you, Mike, more than anyone. But this? It's impossible. Mike's face fell, but he pressed on. Is it? Or are you just scared? The challenge hung there, igniting a spark of anger in Alex. He stood abruptly, throwing cash on the bar. I need time. Don't follow me. He stormed out into the rain. The cold drops a shock to his system, mirroring the upheaval inside. Back home, Sarah greeted him with a kiss, oblivious. Rough day? She asked. Alex nodded, forcing a smile. That night, sleep evaded him, Mike's words replaying. What if he felt the same? The thought terrified him, promising a cascade of consequences. Divorce, alienation, self-doubt. By morning, he decided, ignore it, preserve the status quo. But as he dressed for work, his phone lit up with a text from Mike. We can't pretend this didn't happen. Talk soon. At the office, tension simmered. They avoided each other during meetings, their usual synergy disrupted. Colleagues noticed. The senior partner pulled Alex aside. Everything okay with you and Mike? You two are our dynamic duo. Alex lied smoothly, but inside, turmoil brewed. Lunchtime found him alone in the park, staring at his wedding ring. The weight of societal expectations pressed down. Be the family man, the successful lawyer, not the one who upends everything for a forbidden love. Mike cornered him in the break room later. Alex, please, just tell me if there's any chance. Alex's heart pounded. There isn't. I'm straight, married. This ends here. But his voice wavered, betraying the lie. Mike's eyes hardened. Fine. But don't expect our friendship to survive this untouched. He walked away, leaving Alex reeling. The first crack had widened into a chasm. That evening, Alex confessed partially to Sarah. Mike and I had a fight. It's bad. She comforted him, but suspicion lingered in her eyes. As days passed, the rift grew. Mike took on solo cases, their joint projects suffering. Alex's performance dipped, drawing scrutiny from the firm. Internally, he battled. Deny his emerging feelings, or risk it all? The moral dilemma gnawed. Loyalty to Sarah versus honesty to himself. Society's judgment echoed in his parents' voices during weekly calls. Proud of you, son. Don't let us down. A week later, at a firm gala, alcohol flowed. Mike, looking sharp in his tux, approached Alex on the balcony. I can't do this anymore. If you won't acknowledge it, I'm transferring departments. The ultimatum hit like a punch. Alex grabbed his arm. Don't. I feel something too. But what about the cost? Their eyes locked, the city lights below a glittering backdrop to their crisis. In that moment, Alex leaned in, their lips brushing in a tentative kiss. The first betrayal, the point of no return. The kiss lingered in Alex's mind like a forbidden echo, replaying during sleepless nights and distracted days. It had been impulsive, born of whiskey and desperation on that gala balcony. But it shattered the fragile denial he'd clung to. Mike pulled back first, his expression a mix of hope and horror. Alex, what are we doing? He whispered, the party's muffled laughter seeping through the doors like an accusation. They didn't speak of it immediately. Alex fled the gala early, citing a headache to Sarah, who waited at home with growing concern. You're distant lately, she said, her voice soft but probing. Alex mumbled excuses about work pressure, but guilt clawed at him. The next morning, he avoided Mike's calls, burying himself in depositions. Yet, the memory persisted, the warmth of Mike's breath, the spark that ignited questions he'd long suppressed. By midday, Mike showed up at Alex's office door, closing it firmly behind him. "We can't ignore last night," he said, his tone firm, lawyerly. Alex sighed, rubbing his temples. "I know, but Sarah, my family, this isn't just about us." Mike sat across from him, the desk a barrier symbolizing their divided worlds. "I've hidden who I am for years because of the same fears. Coming out to you was the hardest thing I've done. But kissing you? That felt right, Alex. Tell me it didn't for you." It had, terrifyingly so. Alex admitted it in a whisper, the words tasting like treason. "It did. But what now? Divorce? Scandal at the firm? My parents would never understand." Mike's face softened. "We take it slow. Figure it out together. I've dealt with the internal storm, questioning my faith, my identity. It's hell, but worth it for authenticity." Alex envied Mike's quiet resolve. His own turmoil was a whirlwind of ethics and emotion. They agreed to meet secretly after work, at a quiet cafe in Brooklyn, away from Manhattan's prying eyes. There, under the guise of case discussion, they talked for hours. Mike shared his journey, realizing his attraction in high school, dating women to fit in, the isolation of being closeted in a macho legal field. "Society expects us to be straight arrows, successful, married, kids. Anything else is a deviation, a risk." Alex nodded, recalling his father's lectures on traditional values, the subtle homophobia in family gatherings. As conversations deepened, so did their connection. Stolen lunches became confessions of mutual admiration. Mike praising Alex's integrity, Alex admiring Mike's courage. But each meeting amplified the stakes. Sarah noticed Alex's late nights, his phone glued to his hand. "Is there someone else?" she confronted one evening, tears in her eyes. Alex denied it vehemently, the lie burning his throat. The moral quandary intensified. Was honesty kindness or cruelty? Betraying Sarah felt wrong, but denying his feelings for Mike was self-betrayal. At work, the strain showed. During a critical mediation, Alex faltered, missing a key argument. The client complained, and the partner reprimanded them both. "Get your heads in the game," he barked. Mike shot Alex a knowing look. Their secret was eroding their professional edge. That night, in a moment of weakness, Alex called Mike. "I can't keep this up. We need to stop." But Mike's response was a plea. "Don't run from this. Face it." They met in Central Park, autumn leaves crunching underfoot, a picturesque setting belying the tension. "What if we try?" Mike suggested. "See where it goes, without blowing up your life yet." Alex hesitated, the societal pressure weighing heavy, the fear of being labeled, ostracized in their conservative circles. His mind flashed to news stories of outed professionals facing backlash, families torn apart. "The cost is too high," he said. Yet, as Mike's hand brushed his, resolve weakened. Days blurred into weeks of clandestine encounters, walks in disguise, texts under code names. Alex's internal conflict raged. Joy in Mike's presence clashed with guilt over Sarah. He researched online, reading forums about late-blooming bisexuality, the ethics of coming out in marriage. Each article amplified his doubt. Was he gay, bi, or just confused? The psychological toll mounted. Anxiety attacks in the shower, dreams of exposure. Sarah's suspicion peaked during a dinner party with friends. A casual joke about bromance made Alex flinch, and she pressed later, "What's really going on?" Cornered, Alex partial confessed. "I'm questioning things about myself." Her face crumpled. "Like what? Are you gay?" The word hung, a grenade. Alex couldn't answer, fleeing to the guest room. That night, she cried alone, the first visible fracture in their marriage. Mike, sensing Alex's unraveling, offered support. "I've been there, the shame, the fear, but suppressing it destroys you." They shared a quiet dinner in Mike's apartment, the first time alone indoors. No physical intimacy beyond hugs, but emotional rawness exposed. Alex broke down. "I love Sarah, but with you, It's different, deeper. Mike held him, whispering, "We deserve happiness, even if it's messy." But messiness escalated. Alex's mother called unexpectedly. "Heard from your boss you're distracted. Everything okay with Sarah?" The family web tightened, expectations of grandkids. Legacy. Alex lied again, but the deception exhausted him. At a low point, he considered therapy, but feared records leaking in their small world. The turning point came during a weekend getaway Sarah planned to rekindle their spark. In the Catskills cabin, she confronted him fully. "I found your texts to Mike. What's happening?" Heart pounding, Alex admitted the kiss, the feelings. Sarah's world shattered. Tears, accusations of betrayal. "How long? Was our marriage a lie?" Alex defended. "I didn't know until now, but damage was done." She left, driving back alone, leaving Alex stranded with his choices. Calling Mike, Alex sobbed, "It's over with Sarah, but is this worth it?" Mike arrived hours later, holding him through the night. In the dawn light, they faced reality. Divorce papers, coming out, societal backlash. Alex's decision to pursue Mike meant losing Sarah's trust, potentially his job stability. The price of authenticity loomed large. Back in the city, Sarah filed for separation, citing irreconcilable differences. Friends divided. Some supported Alex's journey, others whispered judgments. At the firm, rumors swirled, affecting client trust. Mike stood by him, but their relationship strained under scrutiny. Alex's parents reacted predictably. Disbelief, then disownment. "You're choosing sin over family," his father thundered over the phone. Yet, amid the wreckage, glimmers of awakening emerged. Alex joined a support group for late coming-out men, finding solidarity in shared stories of internal battles and societal pressures. Mike introduced him to his hidden network of LGBTQ friends, a world of acceptance Alex never knew. But healing was slow. Therapy sessions unpacked years of repression, the moral debates of fidelity versus self-truth. As months passed, their bond deepened, but not without costs. Mike faced his own backlash, a lost promotion, strained family ties. Was it worth it? Alex asked one evening, walking hand in hand in a progressive neighborhood, a small act of defiance. Mike smiled sadly. For us? Yes. But the world's not kind. The divorce proceedings dragged on like a protracted trial, each hearing a fresh wound in Alex's already battered psyche. Sarah, once his partner in life, now sat across the courtroom with a steely gaze, her lawyer dissecting their shared assets with clinical precision. Alex glanced at Mike, who waited outside, a silent pillar amid the storm. How did we get here? Alex whispered to himself, the echo of his wedding vows mocking him from the past. Post-separation, Alex moved into a cramped apartment in Queens, a far cry from their Brooklyn brownstone. The solitude amplified his internal monologue, the endless loop of what-ifs. What if he'd suppressed his feelings forever? Would that have been nobler, sparing Sarah the pain? Or was authenticity the ultimate moral imperative, even at the expense of others? Society's mixed messages bombarded him. Pride parades celebrated outness, while conservative pundits decried lifestyle choices as selfish. Work became a battleground. The firm's partners, upon learning of the divorce and rumors of Alex's new relationship, called a meeting. We value diversity, the senior partner said, but his tone implied conditions. Just ensure it doesn't affect billables. Mike defended Alex in private. This is discrimination veiled as concern. But Alex felt the shift. Fewer high-profile cases, sidelong glances in the halls. The professional cost stung, a reminder of societal biases in even progressive New York. Family rejection hit harder. His sister's call was tearful. Mom and Dad are devastated. They think it's a phase influenced by Mike. Alex argued, it's who I am. But doubt crept in. Had Mike's confession awakened latent feelings, or planted them? Psychological studies he read suggested fluidity, but that didn't ease the guilt. Holidays loomed empty. No Thanksgiving invites, just a curt email from his father. Praying for your return to sense. Mike's family, more accepting, offered refuge. A visit to California revealed a supportive network. His parents hugged Alex warmly, sharing stories of Mike's coming out years ago. It was tough, but love wins, his mother said. Envy mixed with gratitude. Alex yearned for similar grace. Back home, they navigated their budding romance carefully. No public displays at work, but private moments of tenderness. A quiet dinner, hands intertwined under the table, provided solace amid chaos. Yet betrayal lurked. An old college friend, loyal to Sarah, leaked details to mutual acquaintances. Whispers turned to confrontations. You destroyed her for what? A fling? Alex defended. It's not a fling, it's real. But the accusation lingered, fueling self-doubt. Mike faced similar barbs from his exes, who resurfaced with venom. You were always hiding behind straight friends. A pivotal confrontation arose at a legal conference in Chicago. Alone in a hotel bar, Alex ran into a former mentor, a staunch conservative. Heard about your situation, he said disapprovingly. Be careful, reputations are fragile. Alex bristled. My personal life is mine. But the encounter shook him, highlighting career risks. That night, he called Mike, voice breaking. Is this worth losing everything? Mike's response was steady. Only you can decide. But hiding cost me years of happiness. The awakening intensified through therapy. Sessions delved into childhood, subtle repressions, like avoiding girly activities to please his father. You're grieving the life you thought you'd have, the therapist said. Alex nodded, tears flowing. Moral quandaries surfaced. Was coming out brave or reckless? Did societal progress excuse personal pain inflicted? Sarah's olive branch came unexpectedly, a coffee meetup. I hate what happened, she said, eyes red. But I see you're hurting too. They talked honestly. Her devastation, his confusion. I loved you, Alex said. Part of me still does. Forgiveness wasn't immediate, but seeds were planted. Leaving, Alex felt a weight lift, though scars remained. Back with Mike, they faced a joint crisis. A client pulled out, citing personal values misalignment. The firm pressured them to tone it down. Mike exploded in a meeting. This is bigotry. Alex supported him, but fear gnawed. That evening, they debated quitting, starting their own practice, a bold move, but risky in a competitive market. Personal growth emerged amid turmoil. Alex volunteered at an LGBTQ center, mentoring youth facing similar struggles. Hearing stories of rejection and resilience fortified him. You're not alone, he told a teen, echoing what he needed to hear. Mike joined, their shared purpose strengthening their bond. But damage persisted. A family reunion invite arrived, with a caveat, come alone. Alex declined, choosing self-respect over reconciliation. The decision cost emotional tolls, nights of regret, wondering if compromise was wiser. High tension peaked during a heated argument with Mike. You regret us, Mike accused after a bad day. Alex snapped. Sometimes, the pain is endless. Hurt flashed in Mike's eyes. They separated briefly, Alex crashing with a friend. Solitude forced reflection. Life without Mike felt hollow. He returned, apologizing. I choose you, despite the cost. Reconciliation brought deeper intimacy, emotional, not physical, focused on rebuilding trust. They attended couples counseling, unpacking resentments. Society pits us against norms, the counselor noted. Alex agreed, vowing to fight biases. As winter set in, a breakthrough, Alex's mother called. I miss you. Let's talk. Tentative but hopeful. The conversation was raw. Tears. Questions about why. Alex explained patiently. It's love, Mom. Same as yours and Dad's. Silence, then. I need time. A crack in the wall. Professionally, they pivoted, launching a boutique firm specializing in LGBTQ rights cases. They channeled pain into purpose. Early struggles, few clients, financial strain, tested them. But a win in a discrimination suit brought acclaim, validating their path. Yet, questions lingered. In quiet moments, Alex pondered. Had his choices been ethical? The awakening was liberating, but at what price to others? The new firm's launch was a whirlwind of optimism and obstacles, a microcosm of the broader societal battles Alex and Mike now embraced. Their first case, a young gay couple denied adoption rights, mirrored Alex's internal evolution, forcing him to confront systemic prejudices head-on. "This is why we did this," Mike said during prep, his eyes alight with purpose. Alex nodded, but doubt whispered. Was he ready to be the face of change when his own life still felt fractured? Client meetings revealed raw stories. Families disowning sons. Workplaces firing for morals clauses. Each tale echoed Alex's journey, amplifying his resolve but also his guilt. "I caused pain like this to Sarah," he confessed to Mike one night, staring at the city skyline from their shared office. Mike squeezed his shoulder. "We all make choices. The key is learning from them." Sarah's healing progressed unevenly. A mediated session for asset division turned emotional. "I forgive you, but I'll never forget." Alex accepted, signing papers with a heavy heart. Post-divorce, she dated again, sharing updates via mutual friends. Hearing of her happiness stung, a reminder of the collateral damage from his awakening. Family mending was slower. Christmas passed in isolation, Alex and Mike cooking a quiet meal. A card from his sister arrived. "Thinking of you." Small gestures, but they built bridges. His father's silence persisted, a moral standoff. Traditional values versus unconditional love. Alex wrote letters explaining his truth without apology. "I hope you'll see me as your son, not a label." Societal pushback intensified with visibility. An op-ed in a legal journal praised their firm, but comments sections spewed hate. Activist lawyers ruining families. Anonymous threats arrived, testing their mettle. Mike, ever the fighter, reported them. "We won't be silenced." Alex admired his strength, but fear gripped him during solo walks. Paranoia of judgment, assault. Internal conflicts resurfaced in therapy. "You're mourning the straight narrative society scripted for you," the counselor said. Alex explored bisexuality, realizing attractions to both genders, but timing with Mike felt fated. Moral debates raged. Was suppressing for family's sake heroic or cowardly? He read philosophy, Kant on duty, Mill on happiness, seeking answers in ethics. A betrayal blindsided them. A former colleague, jealous of their success, leaked confidential emails to a conservative blog. Headlines screamed, "Divorced lawyer's gay affair rocks firm." Alex's phone exploded with calls. Reporters, estranged family. His mother rang, voice trembling. "Is this true?" Alex confirmed calmly, "Yes, and I'm proud." Her response, "Come home. We need to talk." The trip to Texas was tense, Mike accompanying for support. At the family ranch, confrontations unfolded. His father stern, "This is against God's plan." Alex countered, "Love is love, Dad. Denying it hurt everyone." Tears flowed, his mother's embrace a turning point. "I don't understand, but I love you." His father remained distant, but promised to try. The visit was a partial victory, costing emotional exhaustion. Back in New York, the scandal boosted their firm ironically. Sympathetic clients flocked. A high-profile case against workplace discrimination garnered media attention. During the trial, Alex's closing argument drew from personal pain. "Hiding who we are exacts a toll no one should pay." The win was cathartic, a food for the soul amid ongoing struggles. Mike's own demons surfaced. A family secret revealed. His uncle's suicide after being outed decades ago. That's why I hid so long, Mike admitted. Alex held him, vowing, "We'll break the cycle." Their relationship evolved, deeper trust, shared dreams of advocacy. But costs mounted. Financially strained from startup debts, they skipped vacations. Socially, old friends drifted, uncomfortable with the change. A dinner with Sarah's circle turned awkward. Accusations of selfishness. Alex reflected, maybe they're right. My happiness came at her expense. Awakening brought unexpected joys. Pride Month marches, hand in hand, felt liberating. Mentoring a closeted intern, Alex saw his past self. The choice to live authentically is hard, but rewarding, he advised. A moral crossroads arose with a potential client. A politician hiding affairs, seeking discretion. Mike wanted to decline. Hypocrisy. Alex argued. Everyone deserves representation. They compromised, but it highlighted ongoing ethical tensions. As summer approached, a health scare for Mike's father prompted a California trip. There, Alex bonded with the family, gaining the acceptance he craved. "You're good for him," Mike's dad said. Returning energized, they expanded the firm, hiring allies. Yet, in quiet reflection, Alex questioned, had the damages outweighed the gains? The food for thought persisted. Expansion brought new horizons, but also amplified pressures, turning their firm into a beacon for marginalized voices while exposing them to fiercer opposition. A landmark case against a corporation's anti-LGBTQ policies thrust Alex into the spotlight. Interviews probing his personal story. "How does your journey inform your work?" a reporter asked. Alex paused. "It taught me the human cost of intolerance." But vulnerability invited scrutiny, reigniting internal debates on privacy versus advocacy. Mike thrived in the chaos, his charisma winning allies. "We're changing lives," he said after a settlement victory. Alex agreed, but exhaustion crept in, the toll of constant vigilance against bias. Social media trolls targeted them, death threats, doxing attempts. They hired security, a stark reminder of societal undercurrents. Personal reconciliation with Sarah advanced. A chance encounter at a cafe led to civil conversation. "I'm happy now," she shared, engaged to a kind man. Alex congratulated her genuinely, closure soothing old wounds. "I'm sorry for the pain," he said. Her nod. "We both grew from it." Family progress was incremental. His father's first call in months. "Saw you on TV. Proud of the work, if not the reason." Alex seized the olive branch. "Thanks, Dad. Means a lot." A visit followed, tense but productive. Discussions on faith and identity challenged preconceptions. "Maybe I was wrong," his father admitted grudgingly. The breakthrough cost pride, but fostered hope. Moral quandaries evolved. A pro bono case for a teen disowned by parents mirrored Alex's fears. Counseling the family, he urged empathy. Love shouldn't be conditional. Success felt redemptive, atoning for his own inflicted hurts. Betrayal struck again via an insider. A disgruntled employee leaked case details, jeopardizing a trial. Trust shattered. They fired him, but damage lingered. "Why us?" Alex lamented. Mike, "Because we threaten the status quo." The incident deepened their bond, forging resilience. Awakening extended to community involvement. Speaking at conferences, Alex shared, "Coming out late means dismantling a life built on lies. The price is high, but freedom priceless." Audiences resonated, but critics accused sensationalism. A personal low, anniversary of the confession triggered depression. "Did I choose wrong?" Alex asked Mike. Comforting arms enveloped him. "No, we're better together." Therapy reinforced. Grieve the losses, celebrate the wins. Professional highs countered lows. National recognition, an award for advocacy, validated their path. At the ceremony, Mike proposed subtly, "Marry me?" Alex's yes, whispered amid applause, symbolized triumph over adversity. But costs persisted. Estranged relatives surfaced with judgments during holidays. Alex's cousin, "You broke the family," defending, "Hiding would have broken me." The exchange highlighted ongoing societal divides. As years blurred, months into the second year, their life stabilized. Adopting a dog, planning a future, normalcy returned. Yet, reflective moments questioned ethics. Was individual happiness justifiable if it harmed others? Stability proved illusory as a massive class action suit against a national chain for discrimination consumed them, testing limits of endurance and ethics. Late nights blurred into dawns, arguments over strategy revealing cracks. "We're in this for justice, not glory," Mike insisted when Alex suggested settling. Alex retorted, "But at what personal cost?" The case became a metaphor for their lives, fighting systemic wrongs while paying dearly. Victory came, headlines lauding them as heroes. But exhaustion followed. A sabbatical in the Adirondacks allowed reflection. Walks hand in hand, discussing dreams deferred. "We've sacrificed much," Alex said. Mike agreed. "But look what we've built." Family full circle. A reunion where his father hugged Mike warmly. "Welcome to the family." Tears flowed, healing deep rifts. Sarah attended their small wedding, a gesture of true forgiveness. Community impact grew, mentoring programs, policy advocacy. Alex authored a book on late coming out, sharing raw truths, internal storms, societal barriers, moral trades. Yet, in the quiet after triumphs, Alex pondered the ultimate question. Was betraying one's constructed life for authentic love right or wrong?